Hey, Alabama fans, roll tide, roll. Welcome to Volunteer Week. Sadly, things have fallen off the wagon here, as far as I'm concerned. At any moment, I expect this Alabama megacast to fall apart and fall asunder because it's Mayday, 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 Mayday. But I want to welcome you anyway to Tight Sports and Alabama megacast. Welcome to the People's Crimson Tide broadcast, where we talk all things Alabama football and sports and all the little itty bitty little things that gets in our way to making it to our next national title. Now, Tide fans, you know how special you are to me. May God keep you all roll, Tide roll. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like this video, share the content with other Alabama fans and some of them other ones. Tell them about the information that we cover here, the fun we cover here on Tight Sports. God bless the Crimson Tide family. Thank you for joining me today. Please keep the people impacted by the horrors of hurricanes Helena and Milton in mind. Keep them in your prayers. Please donate what you can to a charitable organization that you're comfortable with. People really need our help. Some are wealthy, many are working, and some are really poor. But please remember that hurricanes do not use maps to wreak havoc. So please, if you can, help, help, help. Now back to business. Look and see who's in the chat. Water cooler here. Oh, they here. They're ready. You know, they here, man. Like I said, we brought this up on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for joining me, Water Cooler. Please, you know, he want to get to the solutions already. Can we fix the problems? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? That's right. Help, help, help. All up the Eastern Seaboard and in Tuscaloosa. Thank you again for joining me here. We're here. We're dedicated to giving you the pertinent, the relevant, the impactful information on the greatest football dynasty that ever exists. The Tide is the best to ever do it. You got to believe it. Let a naysayer know. The University of Alabama Crimson Tide is always in title run mode. Now, Tide Nation, we need answers because we certainly have questions. With Tennessee, Mizzou, LSU, OU, and Auburn still on the schedule. Let's buckle up for this one, folks. Before snapping that buckle, though, I want you to go out to your garage, to your shed, wherever you keep your stuff. I want you to get your shovels, your muck boots, and buckets, because we're about to review some bovine, equine, swine excrement. Let me say it again, in case you didn't hear me. We're about to review some bovine, equine, swine excrement. I'm going to say this again for the 19th time. If we do not control the clock, we will exhaust our defense and lose more and more. How come we done won 2 out of the last 3 games, but it feel like I'm down 0-3? I am glad to get a W. This don't feel right in my soul, y'all. You know, it's like kind of when you remember that time when you was in the store and that person was a little too close to you? Especially when you was a kid, even in college, even as a grown man, you like, what? It don't feel right. And they're like, oh, excuse me. If you remember the movie, Pass Trip, the guy on that train was like, excuse me. And he kept taking his clothes off. It's what it feel like, man. Coach, with this talent level and this team, if you fail to win 10 games, you'll experience the next level of uncomfortability throughout God's country. I know it's uncomfortable now, but if after the Iron Bowl, okay, I told you, at any moment I could go. After the Iron Bowl, if you lost 4 games, Tide Nation will become apoplectic. I practiced that word all day yesterday and I nailed it. You know, overcome with anger. You know, I already got PhD. I know she mad. Hey, girl. I ain't gonna call her. People gonna become extremely indignant. That's not a threat. That's in the dictionary. That's what it says about people that are apoplectic. extremely indignant. But after reviewing Coach DeBoer's post-game comments, I think this will be the next great Southern-based reality show called the 2024 season of the Alabama Crimson Tide. And hopefully I can get this right, and we can delve into what he said. And I'll get to the comments in a minute. It's like 6 clips. I just want you to hit 3 of them, then we'll go to some comments. Please let this work right. Let's see. Take that down.
We'll have Coach begin with his opening statement, and we'll go ahead and take a few questions. If you could, just leave your hands raised, and we'll try and get those mostly all of these.
All right, yep. Another game down to the wire.
Oh, Lord, another game down to the wire, like a typical day in Alabama. I can't make it, y'all. But before we start this, please know that I'm going to read in between the lines as a person. As a husband for over 20 years, that makes me certifiable. I'm sorry. That means I'm certified to read the room. Certified, that was a slip. Right? I've been a father for 168 hours a week since 2001, meaning that if I am not able to read the room, I could lose the whole dang house. So let's go through this. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna keep it going.
We're kind of getting accustomed to those. I think there's some things that we can certainly do to make sure that it doesn't get to that point. But we always talk about finding a way to win, and
finding a way to mother trucker. What the heck you say? Man, this is where we live, Tide family. We got to find a way to win week to week. That's our normal basis for us against every team, every competitor. 1 year from the playoffs, 1. And now we can expect to catch an L on any given Saturday. Every team is a real threat. Earlier today, I was talking to somebody about Mercer. Mercer got me scared. I mean, they may just come out there and injure somebody, or they might win the game. I don't know, because they don't know. Coach, if you know that there are things that we can do, how about we just do them instead of you leaving us guessing? I ain't in school no more, ain't trying to take no dang test. Man, he uses this normal refrains just repeatedly. Things we can look, things we can look at, things we can do, things we can consider. Man, please, man. Who wants to live in this place, in this purgatory? Well, we can't expect to dog walk nobody. Forget that. Ty, that game last week, we was a 21-point favorite. For what? Who did that? I, for one, am not going for it. This is not what his team should be. And if the coordinator's mental changes are not made, then maybe it's not the coaches that we need. There's no shame in being 5-1. There is shame in being 5 and we lost a damn vanity. I'm just saying. I don't like this brand. This great value Kirkland, Lauren Lynn brand of football. I don't want this. Who are we? This is not the Tide. This is not the Crimson Tide. This is something like a foot wash. You ever been to foot wash in a real Christian side? Anyway, foot wash. You get a little basin. Just this is the Crimson foot wash. That's what we got going on every Saturday. Lord help us. See what else he had to say. I'm going to lose my mind tonight. I just know it. I'm going to throw something out the window. I am. Is this thing running?
The onside kick. We talk about our thought process and being 1-0 and focusing on the next play. And I use it from day one about the ball being a funny shaped object and bouncing. We just need to go grab it. It seems pretty simple, but obviously that didn't happen. So the guys are trying, great effort on it, but found a way, a defense, go out there and attack, be aggressive, and put them in a tough spot there on the last play.
I just wonder, when I hear him talk about these things, it's a funny shaped object, just say go out there and grab it. I'm reminded by the great, what's his name? Humpty Hump, who said, I'm the one that said, just grab him in a biscuit. Is that how you coaching out there? Is that what we doing? I actually wonder if they took the time to kick that funny shaped object at people a few times a week, just to see what happens. Just see what happens. Especially now that he expects these games to be close. It would probably be very important that he probably work this into his regimen. So this week, coach, I hope he just takes about 20 minutes to make sure the right folks on the hands team. Now let's make sure we don't have a fingernail team out there. In today's football, I'm sure Manny Petties costs a lot. Even with a lot of NIL money, packed into the backpack. So we don't, mess up nobody's Manny Petties. How about that we go just like this? Let me get the hands team over here. Okay, hold your hands up. Anybody that got manicured fingernails, I'm sorry. It's nothing personal. Get off you're not on there. I don't care if it's a 362-pound man, and the more dirty he got under his fingernails, the more I want him on the hands team. Because what I saw, people like, oh, we couldn't control the ball. No, what I saw was a bunch of people that wasn't trying to jeopardize things. That's why I don't play football. 5 decades old, I get broken in half. But if you're out there and you're literally getting paid, not asked, paid to do a job, make sure we got the right people out there. So let's make sure that we got the right people on the hands team. Let's not play around with all these other people that don't want to get don't want to mess up their Manny Petties. We don't want none of that. So we can start right there. Now I know you say, man, this man sounds crazy upset. That's because I am crazy and upset. I don't like what I'm seeing. But at 5-1, you ought to be, this ain't the 5 and we not 5-1. We are 5 and we lost the Vandy. Let's put it in the proper context. Next little clip here. I put these little breaks in between because I thought by this time I probably may have fainted and then come back to one more. Which one is it?
Yeah, hey, Coach, just what went into the decision to kind of wait and call a timeout with 11 seconds there before the half?
Yeah, I mean, I trust our guys, and that one obviously was, the points they got at the end, at the end of the half there hurt us. And, I'm thinking if we can get one play to where we can throw it in the end zone on 4th down and the clock ends with us having the football, I'm all for it, and worst case scenario, you take a sack or something, you have to punt it. I don't like punting, really anytime, but, that was to me the worst case scenario. But, I guess I'm always just aggressive that way. And you try to weigh the risk reward and put the trust in the guys, things we talk about. That'd be something, obviously, me and Jay Mill, Coach Sheridan, we'll sit and talk about. And just when we're in that moment and we want to keep the pedal down and try to give ourselves another play, I'm looking for anything. Pass might be defensive pass interference. It could be anything that gives us one more play. We've seen crazier things happen, right? And so that's just the aggressiveness I like to have. Now, we'll talk about the trust, and I think the guys appreciate when you put the trust in, but we have to learn from those things when they do happen, because obviously they got 3 points out of it. It's probably the last thing I was thinking about when it did happen. So,
Steven,
I'm glad you brought up the crazy things that can happen, Coach. I'm starting not to trust you, Coach DeBoer. These crazy things, pretty good game up to about 3 minutes left in the game. With 1:43 on the clock, I witnessed the worst 1-2 minutes of football I have ever seen in my life. I'm talking about, you're talking to a man that used to coach Pee Wee. You're talking to a man that used to play Pee Wee. I used to sit there in high school, go back to the Pee Wee games, like, oh, look at the kids out there. I'll try their best. Oh, look at it. His pants fell down. That was the worst 2 minutes of my life. With 1:43 on the clock, it was 4th and 9. So there was a beautifully designed play. It broke down our defense. Damani Jackson was out, so they had to do some changes. But that's okay. It was 14-7 going into the half. I'm like, hey, man, run the ball a couple times, get a first down, not pull out your weapon. Pull out Burnham, let them kick it about 50 yards. If they can score, So after the league getting cut in half, the Alabama coaching staff compiled a cluster slump of decisions on top of each. They stacked them. I'm talking about stacking. They allowed the team to get another 5 points. Alabama gave up like 12 points in less than a minute and 50 seconds. South Carolina kicked off the ball. Number 18 with wide receiver Odom. He got drew a flag on a personal foul. Didn't show it. I just believe him. I trust him. I mean, we get 8 play penalties a game. I trust that it was a good foul. Put us on 13. But what do? Did we see the setback? Did we accept it? No. Let's get aggressive. Chuck it to me, Bo. Let's get aggressive. Breakdown. The best pass rusher, probably edge rusher in South Carolina, playing football today, was not blocked. Jalen had a 3-step drop, didn't see nobody, thought he could just treat this guy like Boo Boo LaFou. He ain't the one for that. Safety. Okay. Who would like to be up 14-9 at halftime? But gave it to safety. We free kick to these people at 124. Got another penalty for being offside. Not a problem. This defense gets the ball back in 3 plays with a strip sack. Do we take a knee? Oh no. They messed up and got a strip sack. What did the boy say? Hold my beer. He need to be aggressive with 48 seconds left on the clock. He going for it. Not 48 seconds left in the half. In the game. 48 seconds left on the clock. QB draw. South Carolina called timeout. 44 seconds left. 4 wide. Sack. USC timeout. University of South Carolina timeout. 11 seconds on the clock. Alabama timeout. As if we hadn't seen enough horror so far. I'm not ashamed Beamer had to be up there like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, 4 wide again. 4 wide formation. Snap it. Threw the ball. Interception. Guy ran it back with about 30 yards to the 19. The University of South Carolina kick a field goal with 1 second left. And just to be clear, I want to point this out. If you go back and watch the film, Jesse Palmer like, yeah, I know what you can do here with 2 minutes left in the game, but you got to be aggressive. He talked about being aggressive with that madness he started, sounding like an idiot. Yeah, I heard you. Then you down talk after all that commotion and chaos happened. You was like, oh, you probably should have rethought that. Why don't you go rethink them chemicals that's seeping into your brain, boy? Talk about the craziest of events in my Alabama fandom. 12 points, destroying a pretty good dominating half in less than 3 minutes. But coach is really aggressive. Your offensive aggressiveness, coach, and I have little faith in your defensive passiveness. And so they do get turnovers, they get timely sacks. Let's be honest, man. Down here, man, coach, don't nobody trust you except the folks you brought here with you. I ain't talking about the people you hired. I said brought here with you on the plane. Don't nobody trust you, man. Don't play with us. These people scored 12 points in 90 seconds. Be aggressive. We got to keep the pedal down. We got to get another play. You don't know what can happen. We've seen a lot, blah, blah, blah. 2-point game. 2-point game. Maybe your team needed you to reset at 14-7. Get a first down. Go to the locker room. Come back and blow these boys out by the 23 you were supposed to win by. We've seen a struggling team take a knee, go into the halftime, read them the riot act, or do whatever they do, come out and win by 25. So then he says, after giving up these 3 points, he's going to reassess and trust that they have the players for situations like this going forward. I'm like, are we going to see this again? Trust me. Trust has 2 sides, coach, and yours is getting mighty thin around the herd. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Let me go to the catch up on this chat, man. Oh man, I got to tell the truth, man. I just heard. I ain't even got to the bad part of this whole thing. Where we at? Help! Woo! How's Auburn going to fix their problem? Woo! I told you she on fire. What up, PhD? Hold them down there in the chat. Yes, said PhD. We only have 6 games left of Peyton Thorns. We'll be fine. Yeah, you definitely will. I hope you guys keep that going. Let's see. Did I see the coach press? Did I see the coach press? Did I see? Yes. I'm going to do not only a view, what you call it, a repost and just show you the coach. I'm going to do a view and react because he had a lot to say. I'm going to definitely be posting that, but I didn't post it today because I want to put my spin on it. It's me. Let's talk about the Fire AU. What? I don't know who that is, but I think I don't know what Fire AU. It wasn't me. I don't know. I wasn't me. I don't know. Hit the like button. Thank you, PhD. Tell me to hit the like button. The boys' post-game press conference was irritating. Yeah, yes it was. Yes it was, and yes it was. Water cooler. Another game down to the wire. It's the new normal at Bama. You know, I can't even. That's what he said. That's what the head coach said. That's not what a receiver said. That's not what a backup quarterback who got in to like take a knee at the end of the game said. That's what the head coach said. Oh God, I'm trying to get y'all out of here by the kickoff of Monday Night Football, but I mean, this is a lot. So him grinning after the game if we won the Iron Bowl, the SEC championship, that shit was frustrating. Man, stop grinning. Man, Ice Cube said it best. He was talking about a certain type of people, but some folks always want to show their teeth. I ain't gonna tell you what else he said after that, but I don't like it either. I don't like it either. Water cooler. But this is the Crimson Tide, though. Yeah, it is the Crimson Tide. I mean, he may prove me wrong. People jumping off the bandwagon and some people, but you know, that Crimson Tide, that love you had in your heart, ain't going nowhere. But you know, the wagon moving a little bit easier. I mean, let them jump. You know what I'm saying? This is who we are for right now. But I got some good news, but I'm waiting I got to get this frustration off my chest. Your boy needs to learn how the SEC and the Crimson Tide works. Yeah, they got a whole building over there. You can learn it all. What up, Type? What's up, DC? That is that's my player partner. We host a show called Iron Bowl Debates. It drops on Wednesdays, and I think we're doing something later in the week on Fridays. And basically, we just get there and fuss, and I just tell them that, you know, your team is this great, and our team is like that great. That's pretty much how the show goes. If you think you're gonna enjoy that, then that's what you need to tune into. I think the Alabama fans will really enjoy it because I'm kind of quick with it. Anyway, let's see. So it's me said when I saw him crying in the championship game, I knew he was not the right fit for Bama. Come on now. Can't do that, man. That's when a man cries. Okay. You can't do that, man. My father, you know what my father told me? Actually, my father told me about 25 key things. I didn't get raised by my father, but he told me some things. And one of them, he said, when you see a man crying, he's probably could take somebody's life. So I don't laugh. From that day, I do not laugh at crying people, men. Okay, pastor correcting deacon. No, man. Somebody gotta say it. You can't just be sticking your money in the box, the tithe box like that. That's not his championships. He ain't put nothing in yet. Water cooler must thought that was funny. Said, did Tyke get past Pee Wee football? No, not really. No. I started my I should say professional video gaming career, but I did start playing for a lot of money. Moving right along. PhD, you're correct. He seems like he doesn't get SEC. And DC don't let him fool you. He's been saying this the whole time because if you can find something negative to say about an Alabama coach, that's what you say. He said it all. He said so many negative things about the boy since February. I can't even keep up with all of them. But everything that has happened has come true for the first time in his life, almost. Because Auburn, said he said, okay, Nick, Pastor Tight is going in. I am going in. We only halfway through. I got some stuff to cover here tonight. This would not stand. This will not stand. Let's see. Catching my second win here. Feel my help coming along. I should have worn my sweatband. This is legendary. Thank you very much. And everybody think it's funny, but it ain't about funny. He is preaching. Let the church say amen. Let me pass the collection plate around real quick. Yeah, put that around there. Okay. So say amen. All right. If you're still with me, let's go back to another clip. Jesus. This man was just, woo. I don't even know if I'm gonna get to the numbers tonight. I don't want this to run too long, but it's just this. What was this? This is the post game. Here we go. Let me take that out of the way. Oh gosh.
Katie, front row right.
Here we go.
You had some penalties today that extended drives for South Carolina, the one that set up the safety for y'all. Just kind of what's it going to take to clean up the penalties?
Yeah, I mean, it's penalties. We're striving for zero, and that's what we're trying to do, and we emphasize it. Every situation is a learning one, and we're going to talk about that. Like, we have to read body language of what's happening. I haven't seen it, so what I say may just be totally not correct, but the understanding is that when he comes across the field, I know what his responsibility is. When he's coming across the field, he doesn't hear a whistle. You just got to kind of at some point have a sense of where what's happening in front of you, and if your guy has slowed down or anything like that, when you hit him. But I know the ball wasn't that deep into the end zone. I thought we might even field it and bring it out. I think it was a late decision on whether we were going to do that and let it go. So, it wasn't something where he's egregiously trying to go out and get a penalty. It's just more of a matter of reading what's happening in front of you and instinctually knowing that the play, is a touchback. And so again, that's something I'm sure I'll see on film and understand. How close was it? I think by the letter of the law, yeah, probably a penalty, right? Ball's touchback and all that. So we can't have it. We can't do it. And, that was one that hurt us because it put us in that situation for the safety. So just those plays kept feeding on each other, the small things, which that's a big thing, but the small things add up, and we find ourselves in a fight till the end.
So we find ourselves in a fight to the end. So we're striving for zero. He says guys have to be aware of what's going on. How about making the position group with the most penalties backpedal the entire Bryant-Denny infrastructure? I'm not talking about the stands. I'm talking about not only the stadium. I'm talking about the press box, the stairs to the suites, the maintenance pathways, the underbelly where all the pipes and stuff run up under the stadium. This is to get your point across. Don't yell, don't cry. You ain't got to yell. You just got a point. Say, do this until you see one penalty per position group. This guy stopped, man. Now, if there's a penalty in every group, if all the different position groups got a penalty and we still got 8 penalties a game, then we just try something else. Let's try bear crawling on Paul William Bryant Drive with no gloves on. I know some of you guys are cringing right now, and I'm not talking about the entire 3 miles, of course, just 2.89 miles of it. Coach, for real, during scrimmages, even at half speed, please call penalties, and there must be a correction when these mistakes are made. I know they're making them out there. Just like I know, we can see now, we know why Georgia Bulldogs getting locked up and going to jail for all kinds of crazy stuff, because they coach a thug over there on the sideline. Y'all saw that. Like, what about, we had a bunch of penalties. We're going to cut the music off in practice. We're going to lock the Xbox at the facility. That means they got to go home and, play their own Xbox, but while they had practice in the breaks and stuff, lock that up. Cut the flat screens off. Everybody drinking water, no sports drinks, or maybe an extra 500 push-ups. Okay, maybe 25. I mean, something. Got to do something around here. This ain't working. Where we at? So sick. I mean, this every week is the same thing.
Time for 2 more questions. Let's start on the right with Tony.
Hey, right here, Kalen.
What?
It's probably easier said than done in the moment, but had Jeremy gone.
See, that's the sign of disrespect right there. When I go to the PhD class, I'm be like, hey, PhD, what's up? As a student. Hey, Caitlin. Hey, Caitlin. How you doing? Man, who are these people? No respect. It's no respect in that whole area of the whatever. I bet you an English teacher will flunk you over there so quick you go there talking about some, hey, Mary, what we doing today? Giving you a 0. Jesus Christ. Just,
Questions? Let's start on the right. Tony?
listen.
Hey, right here, Kalen. It's probably easier said than done in the moment, but
Got
had
braces on?
had Jeremy gone down at the 1 yard line, the game's over. Do you talk with him about that? And the same kind of thing with maybe Damani at the end of the interception. Do you talk about, hey, just kneel it?
Yeah, we have all those calls in. We practice them every Friday. That was honestly, I'll just say that you try to make them aware that they don't have any timeouts. That's a situation. And so we'll talk about that. Those are things that hit us. The one with Damani, I just talked to him about it, and again, this is where we learn, and what his mindset is I'm going to run out the clock, and so, true, right. But we all,
okay, to be honest, Jeremy trying to get into the end zone, with a 1 point. That's not, we got a 1 point lead. So jumping down, he needed that score. I mean, dude is trying to get in the pros, man. I mean, it is what it is. I ain't going to fault that man, but it ain't like he was, I want you to run hard as I don't know what for 50 yards. I want you to just slide or, I'm all right with that. But after Damani's pick, thank goodness, Malachi Moore, the pariah of the team last week, after his self-destructive actions last week, he saved the day. He let the money know, I don't know if he would have been given credit for his momentum carried him to the end zone, because he was about to take a knee. If he had took a knee, it'd have been a safety the entire game. So thank you, Malachi Moore. Now, did you all hear what Damani Jackson told the coach? Damani was thinking that he needed to run the clock after being told to run. Now, here are my thoughts. Jackson was right on one hand, but it's not his job. So he was wrong on the other hand. However, I'm glad that somebody knows that we need to run the clock. That having control of the clock will make or break this team. Even more, D. Jackson probably was thinking that he needed to keep the ball away from his coaching staff, kill the clock on their behalf, as well as keep the ball away from the Gamecocks. He was trying to keep the ball away from our offense. What it sounds like. Everyone sees that we are not in love with complimentary football. This entire season is best described by analogy that came to my mind while I was watching this last game. Some of you guys already heard it, but as an offense, we try to do a bunch of tricky Ricky mess. Like we are App State playing Michigan. We're gonna hit them with this, and they're not gonna see it coming. I mean, we try to catch defense by surprise. Like they'll be surprised by anything we do. We're not going to run. Let's fool them by passing. Most of these plays give me the feel like, we're trying to we should just be taking a knee. But no, let's throw it deep and catch them off guard. With 9 seconds on the clock and we throw it from the 13-yard line. Bless his heart. Everybody knows our name, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Just like the name Andre the Giant, who has been gone for too long. But let's just say Andre the Giant gets offended by Danny DeVito. Something real bad. And instead of running up and doing what Andre the Giant does and crushing them like a bug, imagine Andre the Giant getting on one of those ghillie suits that the snipers use and hiding behind bushes and, and behind dumpsters and hiding behind, Tesla trucks and Volkswagens, trying to sneak up on Danny DeVito. Huh? He's behind cars and buses and trying to launch a sneak attack. Now, unless DeVito packing or something like that, or has that that scorpion touch that dude had in that movie. Woo! Love Kung Fu Theater. Giants don't move like that. And the talent on this team say that we are giants. One of the most talented teams amongst the 133 teams on the FCS level. We don't have to conceal nothing, Coach DeBoer. Nothing. I don't know who told you that. I don't know why you think, it's just, we're going to let our quarterback run. He can't run forever, Coach. All these, Pavia is limping now. Huh? Go look at Jalen Milroe with that tush push. You can't push these quarterbacks around like this. The Tide was a giant when the season started. But, we're doing everything possible. Everything is being done to disguise this 7'4", 520-pound mountain of a man. It's time to unleash the beast, coach. You got a shot. You got a chance. But now, before I go to my defensive keys, offensive keys to the game, I just got to let y'all hear this last comment. This comment should terrify every Tide fan everywhere. Here we go. Hold on to your britches, folks.
Finish up with Colin far right.
Hey, Kalen, over here. You mentioned that 16-play drive, the one with the 5 third down conversions for South Carolina. Do you sense opposing offenses kind of continuing, the long drive narratives, like the ones where it's just, it seems like they're doing everything to keep the ball in hand, 9-minute drives, long scoring drives? Do you see that continue from, was it similar to what Vanderbilt did to you guys?
Listen.
Do you see a similar approach of opposing offenses?
I think these two offenses we face are more built to have just drives that continue to have plays stack on top of each other. I know they got the explosive on the 4th down against our coverage with the ball down the sideline, and I think it took the safety out of the picture there. But I think it fit more of them and, the running back, quarterback, guys that just kept moving the chains 3 yards, 4 yards, trying to get in those 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s, convert, slants or something like that just to keep the drive alive. But, I can't say that they are or aren't. But, obviously it's frustrating when they can put 5 third downs together and then, you start wearing on your defense again. They're out there a long time, and the longer the drive happens, the better chance they have of obviously scoring. All right, thank you. Roll Tide.
Now, I would play that again, but I know we kind of pressed for time. He said so much, and he admitted so much because he kind of described SEC football. And he wasn't necessarily pleased with how SEC teams have to stack plays together, get through a couple of third downs. He was like, that's for them. They got the quarterback running back combination for that. Man, they throw slants. We try and throw to the 17-year-old deep. We want to hit the, German Bernard running 60 yards to go 30, get a 30-yard. We want to go deep, baby. You know what I'm saying? We want to do like his Terry Bradshaw and, we want to take the top off, run our quarterback, because that's what we can do. I'm like, man, he admitted a lot. 2 offenses. Vandy and Carolina are built more to have drives that continue to have plays that stack on top of each other. Wait, who's the coach? What coach is not looking for that? I think it would fit more of them when all this stuff. Man, sir, putting these third downs together, trying to get the 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. They do it in the NFL all day. Convert slants, convert Brady's. That's what they need to change the name to. You ain't converting slants no more. You converting Brady's. Those are Brady's. Huh? Brady's. We converting Brady's, something like that to keep drives alive. Sir, here's me reading between the lines. Sir, do you expect to go from first to first down, second down to first down without even attempting to get the third down in shorts? I don't understand, man. A few things, his comments are what I just know that to be big boy football. It's SEC football. It's the only football I know. I used to see Michigan and back in the day, Bo Schembechler and all these people, but he can't say. He can't say how a team will proceed to try to use these tactics. And the last 3 teams we played, they have, but I see it. Why would one not try this? It's big boy football. This is not the Pac-12. Somebody need to give Graves Burns, that man, that Men in Black memory eraser, because Coach DeBoer needs a reset. Maybe he thought he landed his plane somewhere else. It's obvious teams can't wait on you, Coach, to go with 3 straight pass plays or 2 pass plays and a quarterback draw, burning a whopping 2 minutes off the clock, and then they would proceed to grind the legs off our defense. People are all over Womack. I know there's mistakes there. There's you, but we knew the secondary got to be protected. Now, you can blitz them, but if he knows they can't cover for 3 seconds. So we know that the defense is going to be the weakest part of the thing. But you know what? The numbers say they're getting things done. So look at how he described that process. It's like a brand of football that's kind of foreign to his psyche, but he knows what it is. In his mind, he see the tide going from pass to pass to pass to victory to victory to victory to title. But you remember when Saban with dog cuss kissing Kiffin? Yeah, I think we hired him or Francione again. Kiffin could have been the head coach, been the same thing. Francione, look at Kiffin. Francione again. We're gonna throw it. You ain't never seen nobody throw it like I like to throw it. Look, man, we recruit men to play like dominant physical specimens. We expect our team to go out, and do everything to these teams. I don't care the era. We dominate the play. We play a hard game, and we make this game as painful for our opponents as possible. If you can do that, throwing the ball 50 yards at a pop or throwing crosses and running the quarterback, I don't know why you want to use your quarterback as a battering ram. But anyway, it's about domination. So let me stop here before I lose my religion. Coach, you're overcooking my grits and you're burning my bacon. And we don't waste bacon at Tight Sports. It is un-American. Pray my strength in the Lord. I wanted to go through my keys of the game real quick. On offense, I said we had to dominate time possession, be prepared for the blitz, suppress penalties. On defense, we had to expect more vandalization. Vandalization. I think they knew it, but we still wasn't ready. They said, Womack said he worked on that shuttle pass. But trust me, if Army gets, like I said, if Army gets into 12-team playoffs, I hope he's not playing Crimson Tide because somebody gonna get embarrassed, and it just could be us. I pray it ain't, but it could be us. If we can't stop shuttle pass, shovel pass, whatever it's called, we're gonna have a problem. Forced turnovers, penalties, and mistakes. We won the turnover margin. I think as I was listening to defensive coordinator Womack today, we had they called 13 game-changing plays. This is why everybody complains about defense. But I'm gonna say this: they said they needed 12 game-changing plays to win this game. They got 13. What was that? They had 4 takeaways, 4 sacks. They had 3 3-and-outs, and they had 2 fourth-down stops. Now, one of those stops was a field goal. And this guy does have a young secondary. So I'm trying to tell people, you go back to that 3 minutes in the end of the doggone second quarter, who put the ball on the 19-yard line? Was it defense? Who put this man back here doing the drop from the 13-yard line? Well, first of all, we was on the we got a penalty that put us back on the 13-yard line. Then we gave Jalen about a 3 to 5 step drop, which he was already in the shotgun, so he was 2 steps from there. And who wanted to throw the pass back there? What was that? Cade Womack, or was it somewhere between Sheridan and DeBoer? And the third key I had was one to keep smoking the box, mix the looks up, keep it fresh. We got a lot of hits on the quarterback. Like I said, it did get 4 sacks. I would pull up the game numbers, but it's been a while. I will tell you this on the bright side. Last week there was about a 50, it was almost a 80%, 90% increase in the number of times Alabama rushed the ball. The running backs went from 11 rushes, not for enough yards overall, but they went from 11 rushes to 20 rushes between Justice and Jam. But problem inside of a solution. They ran Milroe 18 times. 18 times, and I think he averaged under 2 yards a carry. Third down was kind of pitiful, but the number that really stuck out to me this season, Alabama is 12 of 16 on 4th downs. I'm going to say it again. Alabama is 12 of 16 on fourth down. That may be across the last. No, that's this season. Because the ones that missed, Georgia didn't miss at all. They were like 5-5 or either 7 for 7. That may be against like Wisconsin and them 4. Got 1 against South Carolina. So the numbers are getting better. The third down conversion was better than it was against Vandy. Third down conversion for the defense, that was better. They are running the ball, but that second quarter was absolutely the last 3 minutes of the half was absolutely just the worst time management, time management, ball control, decision making ever. Let me go back to this chat. Let me get out of here after that. This is legendary. Where am I at? Prime time. Let's see. Prime time to AU in the next 2 weeks. We good on Water You want Prime? Come on now. Stop it. Hey man, I've been hearing things. Let's see, man. Are those flames? Hey man, I had to, you got to do little tweaks to videos on YouTube anyway. I had to that's how I felt, man. Lucky those are like sparks. Those like what they call it, embers, things that float out of fire. Yeah, next week. Hey, tune in next week, 7:30. There may be it could be. Oh man, come on, man. Let's see. They look like flames. Here we go. He said that's a lot of backpedaling. make them roll 100. Oh, they should be doing that anyway. Every day they go into this team, they should be rolling 100 yards just to warm up. Let's see. PhD. Do not know why the video had flames because there's not been a fire in the past 2 weeks. Yeah, this is true. I have been on fire from being hot. Pause. Yeah, here we go. PhD. I guess he's saying the boy is on the hot seat. I can't. Now I'm just saying, no, he's pressure. If I could have I tell you what, would have been more appropriate. I don't know how to do this. If I could get one of them, if I could take his videos and encase him in a pressure cooker, that'd probably been more really how I feel, to be honest. Let's see. DC, that makes sense. PhD agrees with DC. Let's see. Talent might say Giants, but the play says mini-me. Yeah, especially on the sidelines coaching. And DC agrees with that. And let's see, coming up next, we got PhD. Why are you having me watch and listen to this again? Agonizing. Hey, we got to just embrace the truth that we may have to pitch in for moving expenses. Get this man up out of here because this is crazy. He's getting better, though. I'm looking at the bright side, but woo, this is how you survive in the SECs on a lot of Saturdays. Yeah, not in Tuscaloosa. Bro, if y'all lose Tennessee, wait a minute. What did that say? If y'all lose to that Tennessee team is they I'm gonna show respect for my opponent, but gain more respect. Man, you're a closet fan. That man got one of he got tattoo of Miss Terry right here, and then like Coach Saban holding her like this. Got the cross right here, and he got Saban and Miss Terry right there on the side. Let's see. DC, thanks for giving the GOAT respect. Yeah, he do the closet Alabama fan. He ain't speaking. Man. Oh, gosh. Who coming in with something now? Man, I'm getting one to say. I'm talking stacking plays. Yeah. So, for right now, that's all I got for this week. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm about to go in here and I'm going to get my Alabama Crimson Tide blanket, and I'm going to like smother my. It's not tears. It's like it's rather pollen in the air because I just watched like the game over. Really, I just watched the second quarter. We were doing so well. I mean, it was tough games, SEC, but anyway. Turn your notifications on, that little bell, so you know what I'm doing stuff. And I got a couple more messages here. Which moving company, North American, Mayflower, whichever one I can get off of Groupon. Whichever one I can do, I'll group on. Whoever got the best group on, that's what we going with. It's me, Auburn Addict, got saving pajamas. That is the best. Thank you for joining me, folks, here on Tight Sports, Around the Herd. And as always, always remember, roll, tide, roll.